Hello everyone, Madam Z here, your magical life coach, and also your headmistress of Madam Z School of Witchery. So today we are going to make war water together. This is a step-by-step tutorial on how I make my hoodoo war water. So war water is always made on Tuesdays because it is associated with the planet Mars. So you may know it as war water, you may know it as Mars water. Either way, this is a powerful water, hoodoo water, for getting rid of your enemy, for protection, for setting really good boundaries, for getting unwanted people out of your life, unwanted situations out of your life that you've been battling for a very long time. And so this is, you pull this out when it is really a last resort. You've done everything you can do, and you want to pull the big guns out. So we can drink of water. We are going to start step by step on how to make war water. So get you a big old jar, mason jar. You know, mason jars are used for everything. So what I'm going to do, like any practitioner, good practitioner should do, before they start any magical workings, is I cleanse my hands. And this is for the highest good. And this is so none of my energy is in there as far as, you know, negative stuff unless I want it to be in there. This is just starting clean. Okay. So I always use my cleansing water, my Hoyt's cologne water to go with that. You can make your own. Florida water is really good for that. That's what I always cleanse my hands with before I start any workings. So let's go ahead and cleanse. I'm at my desk on my workstation, so you probably hear me wrestle around to get everything. So what we want to do, ooh, that's hot right there. What we want to do is we want to, I'll bring this over here so you can see what I'm doing. I have a lit candle, and I always have a candle burning when I'm doing any kind of work, because that really does bring this energy and this spell up to the spirits, and it's also for cleansing. And then what I do is I cleanse my area and I cleanse the jar before I do any kind of workings. Cleanse my sacred space, cleanse my energy. And I put that aside. So let's get into, and I will move this out of frame, probably, maybe a little bit of frame, but I always work with my ancestor guides, guardians, and spirit team before I do any magical workings. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why it's made on Tuesdays. You shouldn't be making war water on any other day except for Tuesdays, because that is the day of Mars. This is when the planet Mars is the best to work with making this type of water. So what I usually do is I have a tarot card that has the energy of Mars on it. So when I'm doing this particular kind of water, I always have this card on my table while I am making this water. And what I usually do is I will set it on top of it while I'm making it. So I'm going to list all the ingredients. Don't forget, this is my recipe. You can do whatever you want to do. You can make it as simple as you want to. You can use 1 or 2 ingredients. But I just love to make kind of just like a recipe that has all kinds of cool stuff in it, like intricate kind of stuff that has all this kind of cool stuff in it. So I'm not really a person that does simple hoodoo kind of work, because I like the intricacy. I like the more stuff I put in it, the more power I feel I get into it. So I will be mixing a lot of things in here, but like I said, make this recipe your own. You don't have to put all of this in it, all the ingredients in it that I'm listing. And I am leaving a couple of ingredients out because some of the stuff that makes it unique to me and that tags me into this kind of work is just special to me. So I won't be sharing that. But I do encourage you to find that special ingredient that you put into all of your spells that the universe is like, oh yeah, that's Madam Z's magical workings, because I know that's her special herb or special object that she puts in there. So I am going to be drinking a lot because this kind of work really dehydrates me. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to start with moon water and storm water. Traditionally, you would have swamp water, and I would get swamp water from Louisiana because this is what the path that I take is Louisiana type of voodoo. So traditionally, you would get swamp water. I don't have swamp water. So what I collect is a storm water, okay? Or you can do it under dark moon water if you want to use that as far as moon energies. So either you're going to get swamp water, dark moon water, or storm water. So this is storm water. And I want to remove this over here because I don't want to get this wet. I should have got my funnel, but it's okay. So let's hope I don't spill this. So I am the worst. Hey, look at that. Just fill it halfway up because we're going to put other stuff in there. So that is the water. Now, I drop a stone in there, a dark stone. This is obsidian. Okay. And that goes in the bottom of it. I hope I can crack that, but I think that is. And I put in 3 pieces of broken glass or broken mirror. And what this does is, if you're using a mirror, it's going to reflect the negative energy that is sent to you. So we have 3 pieces of glass. That one up there. And then I am going to put in 3 rusty nails, or you can put 3 coffin nails in there. Nails. And what this does is it creates that very irritating, pokey, stabby kind of environment for this person. So when you use this against a situation or a person, they become very irritated. So they want to leave you alone. They want to, move out of the premise, or they want to stop with the court case. So anytime they start to go towards you or do any evil workings to you, this isn't going to stop them because it's like a huge irritant or a huge barrier, okay, that they just can't stand. The next thing I'm going to add is pine needles. These all over the place. Now, I did hand forge these pine needles. So I put those in there. Put those over there, and okay, so we have our pine needles in there. Another thing that I'm going to add next is juniper berries. Now, I'm in Texas, so we have abundance really of juniper trees. And I hand forged these too. So juniper berries, and I'm going to put some juniper leaves in there too. And they're dry. It shouldn't be hard to get these out of here. Oops. See, they poke me. Ugh. They hurt my fingers. And that's the whole point, really. Let's just put these in just like this. Break them up. See, they already poking me. Break them up. So we have juniper berries in there. Clean this up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to use one of these sticks to stir it around in as much as I can off my altar cloth. Now, you're not a good witch if your altar cloth is clean. You should have all kinds of oil stains on it, burns on it, holes on it. So the next thing I am going to put in there is rose. Sorry, my altar cloth's moving. Rose leaves. Because as you know, rose leaves acts as a protector because it has thorns on it. Now, I'm going to keep this one for love though, because I don't want to use the petals. I just want to use the leaves. Now, I have a couple thorns on here. You can see. If you have the ability to cut those off, go ahead and cut those off and put them in there. I don't have it. Well, I just broke one off, so there we go. Maybe they're dry enough now where I can. They hurt though. No, they're not dry enough. So that's all I can get was just that one. We'll put that in there. Okay. The next thing I want to add is wasp nest. Now, I'm not going to use this big, huge wasp nest because I'm going to save it for something else. I have some leftover wasp nests that I have already. So I'm going to add a little chunk, or a big chunk if you want to, whatever you want to do, of wasp nest. So that's going in there. I think I'm going to put this in there. I'm going to use my roses to stir it. There you go. Oops, I knocked that over. Making a big mess. But that's what happens when you're witching. All right, so another thing that I'm going to add is just a little scoop of graveyard dirt. So I want those, well, I want them to be gone and dead to me. I want them dead to me. I want to be dead to them. So they don't see me. They don't mess with me. They leave me alone. And I stir that in there. All right. The next one you want to add is cloves. So we'll add cloves to it. Smells good, actually. Doesn't smell bad. Now, another thing, if I was making this war water for myself, I'm making this to go in my shop. I'm not making this for myself. I would want to put some of my essence in there. And essence means anything that is attached to me, okay, as far as bodily. So it could be hair, it could be fingernails, toenails, spit, tears, blood, urine is really good for this one. And also, like I said, any kind of blood magic. Urine is really, really good for this one. But I am not using this for myself. I'm using this for my clients. So I don't want this to be tagged to me. But if you want to use that to be tagged to you, then go ahead and put your essence in there. Now I'm using Angelica Root because I want this to be focused and I want this to bring this into the universal energies and bring it up to the universe, so the universe sees it, universe recognizes it, and universe will manifest it in the spiritual universal plane. Okay, the next thing is black salt. If you don't have black salt, regular Himalayan salt, sea salt, whatever it is that you have, be just as good. So put some black salt in there. And I make my own black salt. Really, I make my own everything. So let's go ahead and stir this up some. It's starting to get yucky looking. Sorry. I'm all up in the flowers, the roses. So let's go ahead and put the black salt. So that's good. All right. So we put the juniper berries in there. So that is good also. Now you want to put mugwort in there, or if you have wormwood in there is really good. So let's just put some mugwort in there. Perfect. And the next thing you want to do is put some Spanish moss in there. Like I said, if you were in New Orleans, you would go pick this off of a tree, right? You would ask the tree if you can use some of their moss, or let me get my scissors out. For some magical uses, you would talk to the tree, ask if you can, pick some off of there, give an offering. Now, since you're not in New Orleans, most of you aren't in New Orleans, you can get a bag of Spanish moss at any of your craft stores. So cut you off a couple pieces, a couple bunches of Spanish moss. Put that in there. Remember, I do everything in threes, so got 3 bunches of Spanish moss. All right, and the next thing you want to do is you want to add hot peppers. Any kind of hot peppers. I think these are bird's eye hot peppers, or I don't know what these are. Spicy though. Woo! You can add cayenne peppers, you can add peppercorns, you can add, put any kind of irritant or pepper in there. And the last thing you want to add is some vinegar. Fill the rest of that up. We have a little bit more room. So I will add the rest of my storm water. Fill that up. There we go. That's it. I had a. I don't know what I do with my stir. I thought I had my magical spoon in here, but I must have left it in the kitchen. So there you go. Now you want to stir it. Move this down here a little bit so it's not so much yucky looking. Okay. Then after you do that, make sure it's on tight. Make sure that it's on tight. I don't want any of that spilling. There we go. Shake it back and forth, make that war water. And then you want to say your prayers, incantations, your mantras. May this water protect me against my energies. I'm sorry. May this war water protect me against any negative energies, any negative people, and protect my house, my family, my home, my business for any issues that may be out there that people are throwing to me, my client, and to keep them protected against negative energies. I call in my guides, my guardians, my ancestors, and my spiritual team to use this water as protection, to get rid of unwanted people, unwanted situations, and unwanted energy in my life. So mote it be. And you could always put a sigil in there for the planet of Mars. I will put this card either on top of it or on the bottom of it. And I will put this on my ancestor altar so it is blessed. And so that the ancestors will be working on the spiritual plane. And then after this is finished, I will add this and put this in my shop. I let it sit for 7 days. And then after that, I will put it in my shop, put it into little jars, and I will give it to my clients to use. Some of the things you can do this is you can pour it on your threshold. You can just, if you're mad at someone, put it in a glass jar and you want to go up to either the mailbox or go up to the front door and take that glass jar filled with this and just bust it in front of their door, okay? So if you're not able to do that, you can sprinkle it, you can pour it out on the threshold, all around your property, just to create that barrier between you and that person or that situation or negative energies, right? All right, everyone, I will leave this in the description below, all the ingredients that I used in this. Happy manifesting and working on your defensive magic. And we will see you later. Talk to you soon. Bye.